So maybe he was radicalized, moved up to New Jersey. He was married to his wife at 19 years old. They got married in Ohio. They had 2 children. And imagine being the doctor that has to work on him. I mean, I know doctors, they work on all of the patients, no matter their background. But imagine having to save that guy's life and work on his after being shot twice.
Since July of 2016, there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the 8th attack using trucks.
Yeah.
And right now, that is the vehicle of choice. And in case you're at home saying, don't overreact, it's no big deal, what are the chances of you getting hit by a terrorist? If you're in any of these cities, Stockholm, Nice, Berlin, London, twice, Barcelona, and now New York City, and you got run over, one of your relatives was run over by a radical, a jihadist, then I think you would take this a lot more personal. And I think everyone has to understand, with those 8 people dead, they're all, that's all of our family, and that has to stop. It is not everybody's right to come here. It's Americans' idea, American citizens' security first. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Governor, you know, we've been reporting this shouldn't happen in a church, but I was downstairs talking with some people that work here that we all talk about our faith and we share the same beliefs. We were saying there's no other place we would want to go other than church, because I'm there asking for forgiveness. I feel very close to Christ when I'm there. So I'm trying to look at some positives here and know that those people are with the Lord now and experiencing eternity and no more suffering, no more sadness anymore.
We are fighting hard for merit-based immigration, no more democratic lottery systems. We must get much tougher and smarter. And I just don't think this has to be a Republican-Democratic thing.
Right, it doesn't.
It doesn't. This is a very Democratic city, as liberal as it gets. But those people there are American citizens that are sitting there now no longer on this planet. They no longer with their families because they decided to use the bike path or were maybe injured because they happen to be in a special needs bus.
We're no better than some of the European countries that don't vet individuals, because this was happening over there. So many of my friends were saying, I'm not going to go, I don't feel safe. Yeah. Now it's happening here. This is happening where a vehicle is rolling over people that are riding their bicycles along the highway on the bike path.
I think we really dodged a bullet with the election of President Trump. If Hillary Clinton was in office, there will be tens of thousands of more unvetted refugees coming to this country. So as bad as this is, I think it could be worse.
Yeah. But the President of the United States took a lot of criticism because he criticized the terrorist with the Home Depot truck the day after the guy ran over the people on the West Side Highway. That was the day after, because he had said the guy came into the country on the diversity visa program. Well, former President Barack Obama actually weighed in and was political just a number of hours after what happened. He tweeted, "May God also grant us all the wisdom to ask what concrete steps we can do to reduce the violence and weaponry in our midst." Reduce the weaponry. In other words, sounds like gun control.
Well, the president is doing the Asia tour, and he said it's not about gun control. This is about a deranged individual. This is someone who, he was in the military. People are complaining about his personality. Obviously this guy's not right in the head. In order to be able to do something like this and walk into a church and take the lives of 26 people, you have to be deranged.
He
and
beat
the
up his wife
saying,
and kids.
Right, it's a mental health issue.
And when you're dishonorably discharged, you're not supposed to have a gun. You cannot get a license.
Apparently, I don't know that it disqualifies you, though, at this stage.
So how did he get the guns? That's the question.
Well, evidently he had full tactical gear. He could have bought it off the internet, much like the Aurora killer.
Well, the investigation will continue. And I will say, I do believe in the power of prayer, because 2 years ago, my little girl was born, and that was after a lot of prayers and a great gift from God. I know you were born.
Yeah,
today's your birthday.
Yes, it is.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The president last night, Dan, suggested we needed more super vetting, essentially. Is he right?
Steve, he's absolutely right. Listen to me. Our immigration policy is suicidal, and that is not hyperbolic. There is no, let me repeat this, there is no constitutional right to immigration. Our immigration policy should have one goal, only one goal, no other goals. It should be to enhance the prosperity and safety of the United States of America. A diversity visa program? Let me give you some numbers here, Steve. In 15 years, in the last 15 years, we've admitted close to 2 million people from predominantly Muslim countries. To put that in perspective, the country only has about 300 million people. How much more diversity do you want? Diversity visa program? How about a United States first immigration program? I mean, really, this is suicidal. This has become a political talking point and not reality. It's time to wake up to what's going on. We're at war here. They're at war with us, and they're not interested in politics. They're only interested in death.
People who are innocent, the ones who need to protect their families, like you were saying, if we have gun rights and they get their guns taken away, how in the world are they supposed to defend themselves?
Ainsley, supply side measures for guns have failed almost everywhere they've been tried. You can cherry pick an example here or there, but you're going to do nothing to stop the supply of the hundreds of millions of firearms that already exist. The only question that should be in every American's mind is, what are you going to do to defend yourself? You will do nothing to keep firearms out of the hands of people who are going to use them for deadly reasons. How are you going to defend yourself is the only question.